By the end of this video, you'll understand the truth behind stepmom outsider syndrome. If you've ever felt like you're on the outside looking in, this is for you. We'll break down why you feel this way, validate those emotions, and talk about the unspoken realities of being a stepmom. This isn't about complaining, it's about understanding, so we can move forward with more peace and self-compassion. If this resonates, share your experiences in the comments. Let's support each other. Now let's get into the heart of it. Let's start with a fundamental truth, a cornerstone of understanding in blended families. It's a simple statement, yet profoundly important to internalize as you navigate this journey. You are not their mom, and that's okay. That title carries weight, a lifetime of expectations, memories, and an irreplaceable bond. Society places it on a pedestal, often creating unrealistic ideals and comparisons. No matter how much you give, how much love and care you pour into these children's lives, you're often seen as the other, the step-parent, the one who came later. And that creates a barrier, a subtle but persistent divide. Children may keep you at arm's length, even unintentionally, not out of dislike or disrespect, but out of loyalty to their mom, a bond that predates your arrival. The world sees you as an addition to the family unit, not the foundation upon which it was originally built. Teachers, other parents at school events, even well-meaning family members may unconsciously treat you differently, often deferring to the biological parent. Acknowledging this isn't a personal failing or a reflection of your worth. It's simply the reality of the role you've stepped into. Releasing the pressure to be mom, to fill shoes that aren't yours, can be incredibly liberating and empowering. Your contribution is different and unique, shaped by your own personality and experiences, but it's deeply meaningful and valuable in its own right. Define your own space, create your own role, and embrace the unique impact you can have. Here's a hard truth. You may pour your heart into children who don't return your love. With biological kids, love is instinctual. In step families, it's not guaranteed. You give with no promise of acceptance, and that's vulnerable. Their distance is often about their own loyalty binds and grief, not you. This one-sided investment is draining. Manage your expectations. Bonds form on their timeline, not yours. Offer love and stability without demanding it in return. Validate your own efforts and find fulfillment in giving. It's a profound act of selfless love. Imagine joining a play in the middle of Act 2. The family's history, jokes, and traditions existed before you. You're the newcomer, always catching up on unspoken rules and memories. It's not exclusion, it's just the fabric of their life. The challenge is to respect that history while slowly creating new traditions that include you. Integration is slow, not instant. Acknowledge you're an addition to an existing story and adjust your expectations. Your partner has a parental history, a life filled with experiences and relationships that predate your connection. One that you weren't part of. A significant chapter in their life that helped shape who they are today. These are core memories, formative experiences that hold a special place in their heart. Milestones, big and small, that mark the passage of time and the growth of their child. And naturally, a bond with their ex that is centered around the well-being and upbringing of their children. This connection, while different from yours, is an important part of their lives. As you navigate this, you might see photos and hear stories that don't include you, moments that feel distant and separate from your shared reality, and that can sting, leaving you feeling a sense of exclusion or longing. But remember, this isn't a threat to your relationship. It doesn't diminish the love and connection you share. It's just a fact of it, a part of their history that exists alongside your present. You can't change the past, nor should you try to erase it. Instead, you can focus on the present and the future, on building a life together that is uniquely yours. The beautiful future you're building together, brick by brick, moment by moment. Your role is to create new memories, to weave your own experiences into the tapestry of their life, and to be an integral part of the next chapter, a chapter filled with love, growth, and shared adventures. Remember, your partner chose you for their future. They see a life with you, a partnership built on love and mutual respect. Acknowledge the past, understand its significance, but don't let it overshadow the present or dictate your future. Focus on the story you're writing now, together, a story that is uniquely yours. Here's the paradox. You're expected to do the work of a parent, but often without the authority. You help, nurture, and support, but when it comes to real decisions, you're reminded you're not the real parent. If you step up, You risk being seen as overstepping. If you step back, you're seen as uncaring. This tightrope is exhausting. The only way through is honest conversation with your partner. Define your role and expectations. Your partner must back you up and present a united front. If you share responsibility, you need shared authority. Teamwork is essential. In blended families, loyalty binds are everywhere. Kids may like you but feel guilty, fearing it betrays their mom. This can make them warm one moment, distant the next. It's not personal. It's their way of coping. Your partner feels torn between you and the kids, often trying to appease everyone. Reassure the children your presence isn't a threat to their mom. Have compassion for your partner's position. Open conversations can help everyone feel less pressure and more supported. The wicked stepmother trope is everywhere. Cinderella, Snow White, and beyond. This stereotype creates unconscious bias and little societal support for stepmoms. Mother's Day is awkward. There are no rituals or cards for you. Your efforts are often invisible or misunderstood. Pop culture is slowly changing, but the old narrative lingers. We must reject that story and create our own traditions. Connect with other stepmoms and validate each other's experiences. You're not wicked, you're a warrior. The dynamic with your partner's ex shapes your daily life, even if she's never present. Her influence can dictate schedules, holidays, and even the mood in your home. If she's high conflict, it can feel impossible to create peace. You may feel powerless, your rules and traditions constantly challenged. The key is strong boundaries and a unified front with your partner. Focus on building a positive, stable environment in your own home. You can't control the other household, but you can control yours. Emotional labor is the invisible work that keeps families running, remembering appointments, soothing worries, planning meals. As a stepmom, you do this without the recognition or deep reciprocal love. Your efforts are often unseen and unappreciated. This leads to burnout and feeling depleted. Protect yourself by acknowledging your own efforts. Communicate with your partner about the invisible work you do. Share the load and seek validation from within and from your partner. Feeling seen makes all the difference. One of the most isolating truths: your partner may never fully understand your pain. They're a biological parent. Their belonging is a given, yours is earned. When you share your struggles, they may try to fix it or minimize it. This gap can create distance and resentment. Bridge it by explaining the why behind your feelings. Use analogies, share resources, and invite them to learn. True support is about listening and validating, not always fixing. Sometimes, "I see you" is all you need to hear. Guilt and self-doubt are constant for stepmoms. You question every move. Am I too strict, too lenient, overstepping, not enough? There's no manual, so you fear getting it wrong. Guilt comes from not loving instantly or feeling resentful. Self-doubt erodes your confidence and makes you feel powerless. Give yourself grace. These feelings are normal. Self-compassion is the antidote. Celebrate small victories and treat yourself with kindness. The Brady Bunch myth sets us up for disappointment. Blended doesn't always mean bonded. Families are more like chunky stew than smoothies. You may never have a deep bond with your stepkids, and that's okay. Success isn't about perfect harmony, but about respect, kindness, and peace. Redefine what success means for your family. Maybe it's a shared laugh or a teenager asking for advice. Let go of the fantasy and embrace your unique family. Connection comes in many forms. The pressure to fit in can make you sacrifice your needs and identity. You suppress your opinions, let go of routines, and lose touch with yourself. Over time, resentment builds if your needs are ignored. Reclaiming your identity isn't selfish, it's essential. Set boundaries, communicate your needs, and make time for your passions. You can be a loving stepmom and a whole person. The more you honor yourself, the more you have to give. Contentment comes from authenticity, not self-sacrifice. Stepmoms often become the safe target for children's anger and grief. You absorb their emotional turmoil, sometimes becoming the family scapegoat. It's not personal, but it feels that way. Don't become a permanent dumping ground. Set strong boundaries. Your partner must step in when you're disrespected. Be empathetic, but don't absorb their emotions as your own. Build an emotional shield, not a wall. Care for your family without becoming their emotional punching bag. The path to peace as a stepmom isn't about trying harder to force connections. It's not about relentlessly pursuing an idealized version of family life. It's not about chasing the perfect blend, a flawless facade that often crumbles under the weight of real-life complexities. Instead, It's about something far more profound and powerful. It's radical acceptance. Accept the reality of your situation, the good, the bad, and the undeniably challenging. Accept that you may never be loved in the exact same way as a biological parent. Accept that you might not fully erase those outsider feelings, those moments of feeling like you're on the periphery. Let go of the fantasy of a fairy tale family, the unrealistic expectations that only lead to disappointment. Instead, appreciate the small moments of connection, the tiny victories that weave together to create something meaningful. Acceptance allows you to focus your energy on what you change, on the areas where you make a positive impact. It empowers you to actively participate in building a beautiful future, a future where everyone feels valued and loved. Remember, your role is unique and important, not less than a mother's, just different. It's a different kind of love, a different kind of support, a different kind of bond. Peace comes from embracing your space within the family dynamic, finding your own comfortable niche. It's about defining your own success, not by comparing yourself to others, but by measuring your own growth and contributions. Radical acceptance isn't a one-time event. It's a daily practice, a conscious choice you make each and every day. Let go of the need for perfection, breathe through the difficult moments, and find the beauty in your real imperfect family, the messy, complicated, and ultimately loving family you have. That's the ultimate truth every stepmom needs to hear, the key to unlocking peace and fulfillment in her unique role. If you recognized yourself in these truths, know you're not alone. Your feelings are valid. You're not a failure or a wicked stepmother. You're navigating one of the most complex family roles with strength. Let go of perfection and embrace presence. Redefine success, find joy in small victories, and accept your unique place. Share your story in the comments. Your wisdom helps others. Thank you for being here. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.